All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're here. Good old Matt Egan's up here with me. Matt,
Heyo, how's
fire
everyone
yours up,
doing?
man.
How's everyone doing tonight?
Oh, got a few of them over here, man. They watched a few of that pit party action going on earlier, man, and they were having a blast with that stuff, dude. They
Yeah,
loved
this
it.
uh this is gonna be a very interesting race. You know, we've got 54 laps at Talladega, and you wanna know the most interesting thing about this points race? I've heard about 12 drivers are into it. Those 12 drivers would be, according to this championship standings on the Dan Lisa page, Ryan Doucette, Brett Fawsey, Brendan McGee, Michael Finlayson, Justin M. Wilson, Philip Snipes, Brandon Cruz Montsevice, Nick Trebuch, Bob Roden, Nicholas Doucette, Thomas Tripiano, and Andrew Hill would be the 12 drivers that theoretically have a chance to win this championship. Sorry if I'm talking with a list, but I've got some kind of sore on my tongue, and God, does it hurt.
Man, what you doing over there? Quit biting your tongue, man. Hey, Aiden Young over here says hi, dude.
I actually heard to say that long rundown of a sentence, so I don't know how much talking I'll be doing tonight. But hey, Aiden. Oh, Lord.
Ryan says,
I
man,
should,
hello too, man.
I should probably start my stream.
Yeah, go ahead, kick it off, man. Let's get the show on the road here, dude. We got 13 seconds here. We go to qualifying, and I'm gonna tell you, man. I was watching a little bit of the practice, and from what I can see, man, the pit parties they were doing, these boys were flying around here 4 wide, 3 back, man. And I tell you, that's going to be interesting, like you said.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting, and we have just started our stream. So, hello, viewers of FMTV1. The WINSTEL Cup Racing Series is in their championship event tonight. 54 laps at Talladega. We're about to go green in just a few moments. It's going to be one interesting night. Man, is my tongue sore right now. That really hurts. I'm not even kidding.
Man, I tell you what, quit biting your tongue, man. Look,
I don't know when I did it, but evidently I did something to it. It really hurts, you know?
I hear you, man. Hey, dang, that sucks, dude. Oh
It
well.
does, especially when I have to talk.
Hey, let me know how Matt sounds also when he's talking out there, guys.
You know?
Yeah, no doubt, dude, man. I'm with you. I'm going to tell you what, we're in qualifying right now, man. Talladega. And like what you said earlier, hey, this is it. The 3-race season that you mentioned is here, man. We're going to crown a new champ here in the WINSTEL. It's going to be awesome.
How about a very short 3-race season, too? I mean, of course, it's only 3 races. Of course, it's going to be short, but still, you know, it's incredible how quickly it went by. You know?
Yes, it did, man. I'm gonna tell you what, I've been here the whole entire time and it has been exciting since the start at Charlotte, where we had an awesome, what was that? It ended in a fuel mileage race there.
Yes, that it did. And, you know, Lanier was interesting, too, the way the drivers were running. It was just, you know, a very, very good race.
Yes, it was. I tell you, all these races so far has been exciting, and I think Talladega tonight is going to be, equally as exciting here.
Yeah, I definitely agree, you know. And qualifying, while important at this racetrack, I've got to say, is probably not on my priority if I was a driver of something I would need to nail. Yes, it helps, but in reality, this race, in particular because of Talladega, it really doesn't matter where you start. As long as you can get to the front of the field, you'll usually be set.
Yeah, and I agree with you. It's almost like, last week when we ran our league, man, in the Extreme, we had speed weeks at Daytona. And, we talked about it too, Matt. Really doesn't matter a lot about qualifying so much as, just trying to avoid the big one and being there at the end because, hey, you could come from the back. And you helped him with that cup race. We saw it. We saw what Vern came, one of our teammates came from, 31st, 34th or so, and finished second.
That is true. And the other thing is, you don't necessarily have a good qualifying spot does not necessarily guarantee you a good race. You can start in first, and you can still wind up finishing 31st. You know, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I'm 100% with you there. I tell you what, want to wish all the viewers out there, man, FMTV and FMTV2, man, it's going to be awesome. FusionMotorsportsTV.com. And Matt, we're here at Talladega again. Just can't say that enough. It has been a pleasure. I appreciate you letting me come here and call this race with you this season here with the WINSTEL Cup, and it has been a heck of an enjoyable time and fun.
That it has, but guess what? The fun doesn't go away. January 15th, Season 4 is kicking off, and we at FMTV are very, very, very happy to announce that we will continue to provide coverage of the WINSTEL Cup Racing Series, and we might have even something a little extra in the works I was talking about with Brennan earlier tonight. I'll let you guys in as more information arises from that, but trust me, it'll be something very good for the both of us. But, even though this race hasn't happened yet, I'm still looking forward to next season and the start of next season.
Yeah, me too. I tell you what, because it has been some interesting racing with these K&N cars, and like I've always said, FusionMotorsportsTV.com website will be up soon. FMTV, which is where we're at tonight. FMTV2, that's where I broadcast out on the weeks. We got a lot of interesting stuff coming from 2017, Matt. A lot of great things, man, happening, like you said. But these leagues, it's what it's all about. Leagues like this, the leagues that we do in the other ones, and the viewers out there, man. We can't forget them now. Hey, they come to watch some exciting racing.
Yeah, and they are going to get some very exciting racing. Talladega is one of the most interesting tracks to race on iRacing, in my opinion. I love every minute of racing this track, too, when I do get the chance to. So, it's just going to be a very interesting race tonight with the way this racetrack drives. The way these old cars drive this track, too, is going to be very interesting. We still have the problem of no start-finish line, so these photo finishers races, they might be a little bit hard to call, but still possible to call.
Yeah, we got the flag stand there. We can kind of guesstimate, estimate, or whatnot. But again, man, want to I got a question out here. Is WINSTEL recruiting? They are, aren't they, Matt? Ryan's out here asking, and it is a big setup. Yeah, they are.
Take a look over on the forums. Search up WINSTEL Racing Series or WINSTEL Cup. You will definitely find at least one or more forum posts where I guarantee you they're going to have some former driver signups, especially with Season 4 coming up. They're obviously going to want to get a few new faces in. So for those of you that want to go from being a spectator to a driver, hit it up on the forums. It's free, too. Of course, there are a few requirements. I think you have to be C-Class and have at least a 1500 I rating. But aside from that, or actually, no, there is no license requirement. I think it's an I rating requirement. But it's coming up. You guys can sign up and it's completely free. So head on over to take a look, and it would be well worth it if you really want to drive it.
Well, Matt, guess what? We're gridding up. We're about ready to get the show on the road here.
Taking a look at the starting grid as it rolls by for you. It's going to be a very interesting race. You see Nicholas Doucette has the pole, but the points leader, Ryan Doucette, guess where he's starting? Way, way in the back of the field. That
wow.
07 machine.
Yeah. Ryan Doucette, I'm showing him sitting in 7th place right now. He in the 01 machine?
Oh, the 01. I'm looking at the 95.
My bad. Yeah, well, I was just making sure I'm on the right one with you. That's all.
Yes, right.
Well, hey, also,
they're two
Matt,
identical cars. I did not notice Doucette's car there. Would like to apologize for that.
No, that's fine. But also, Matt, 38 cars here tonight. Just noticed that. That's a heck of a field here for this final race here at Talladega. Almost a 43-car field.
Yeah, and the even bigger kicker is I believe all 38 cars are on track, which is a very rare occurrence, too, in some leagues. Where you'll see 43 drivers registered. Take some of our extreme races. Last season, there was 43 drivers. car dives off. Joe White will call the green flag for the final race of season 3.
Tell you what, here we go. As these cars are about ready, set to get going, here's the green flag flies. Nicholas Doucette, the man out point. As you see these cars roar to life down in the turn number 1, 2x2. They are nose to tail. Matt, this is some excitement, horsepower at the best here on this track.
Yeah, I'm watching these cars roll by from the FMTV crank it up cam, and you can see the amount of speed these guys have. Even just starting, it takes a few laps for them to get up to full speed. You can see as they rocket down the backstretch, a few cars already shuffling for position. The third lane attempting to form with an all-black Chevrolet, and I believe the number, I don't know who that was, I think the 54. No, that's not the 54, never mind. But just look at the speed in these race cars right now.
Right now it is awesome, and then we've got 3 wide action going on in the back, because that's what I'm saying, tonight it's going to be so much going on. With all these cars, it's going to be hard to keep up with, because the front, I'm going to say 8 cars right now are still nose to tail 2x2, and then we go in the pack. Man, they're 3 wide back there, Matt.
Yeah, and look at that outside line. It's got Michael Finlayson, Rodney Wofford, Brendan McGee, Patrick Campbell on it. Inside line has Nicholas Doucette. I don't know who's in that 34 car, actually. I need to check on that right quick.
Number 34 car is...
no, the 32 of Evan Nielsen, the 27 of Ashton Crowder, and the number 01 of Ryan Doucette. Those guys are all in, I think with the exception of the 32 and the number 27, are all in, contention for this championship. So, look at that. They're right up there fighting for this thing.
I tell you, yeah, they are still 2x2, man, in the lead. And down they're taking that 3 wide on the outside. The 94 machine, he's got the McDonald's machine out there. The man must have hit a Big Mac before he came out here, because he's pushing that outside along with that low Chevrolet there. And they're trying to bring it to the front, Matt.
Yeah, Patrick Doucette and Brendan McGee all within contention of this championship. Actually, no, I stand corrected. Did I say Patrick Doucette?
Yep, sure did.
I meant Patrick Campbell is not in contention for this championship. I apologize for that. I just took a look at the points there. But, nonetheless, helping lead owner Brendan McGee, who sits 3rd in the points right now.
Well, Matt, I tell you what, check this out. Besides from the leader out there, you have got the pack back there, 3 wide, 2 deep. And I tell you, this is the kind of excitement we are seeing here. I mean, 4 wide now. Wow.
Hey, this is Talladega, and this is a championship battle. Everyone who's in contention wants this championship. They're going to go to extreme lengths to do it, and hopefully they think with their heads and do not put themselves in risky situations, because remember, no fast repair. So if you wreck out, you're done. And what a tough break that would be for, say, the championship leader of Ryan Doucette to be involved in a crash and see his hopes fade away, because remember, it's not locked up. 12 drivers can still win this championship.
You're right. I agree with you. But right now, these guys are driving like it's the last lap. And you know what? Some of that's a product of the track. Some of it's a product of these cars, because these cars actually bring that kind of excitement and racing here. And they are 3 wide, nose to tail. Man, this is just awesome racing here.
Yeah, well, I said it earlier this season. These cars are from what I like to call the golden era of NASCAR, or at least from what I know of it as. It was great racing back then, from the replays you see and stuff on YouTube and some of the old throwback races on TV. And this is when NASCAR had quality racing. When the super speedways were always like this, and when the short tracks were interesting and the medium tracks were interesting. So this is why the racing is like that. You don't get this with the Gen 6 car. It just doesn't happen anymore, because the way the car is fundamentally set up, it is not in the hands of drivers. This car was and is on iRacing, and that's what breeds this incredible racing. As you see Rodney Wofford try to take the lead away from Justin M. Wilson. And look at Finlayson down onto the inside, forming that 3rd groove up.
I tell you what, and they are still 3 wide, nose to tail up there. I mean, it's just so much excitement. I was watching the 78 machine there. He looked like he almost got ran up a little bit. That's Brett Fozzie. He had to check up and got hung on the outside, but while you were staying up there in the front, I mean, there's so much action going on around this track, it's just hard to keep up, because it seems like when you look at a 1 pack, the next pack back there, man, forms up 2x2, Matt.
Yeah, that is true. And, that outside line, though, starting to die off, as we see Wilson and McGee on the outside right now, at least on that 3rd group. 2x2, though, as you said.
Yep, 47 laps to go here. You know, it's not that long of a race. Almost like a mini-style, sprint-style race that they got here, even though it is Talladega. These guys are letting it all hang out 3 wide, 2 by deep back there, nose to tail. It's anybody's race. I'd hate to try to pick a winner.
Yeah, it really is anyone's race right now. You see that 22 car trying to step out and take the lead. That is Kane Cook in the number 22 Motorsports.com Chevrolet, battling Michael Finlayson on the inside in that number 14 Chevy. And then to his outside is Justin M. Wilson in the number 58 machine, being pushed by Brennan McGee.
It is. I tell you what, you know, I'm all with you right now. Michael Finlayson, Nicholas Deschette, Kane Cook, Rodney Wolford, Ryan Nolan, the top 5 right there. But hey, that's going to change. I mean, they're flipping back and forth, staying 3 wide, 2 by 2, nose to tail. They haven't broke this pack since the start of this race.
Yeah, there are a few drivers in trouble though right now. Among those would be drivers, you know, more towards the back of the field. Actually, say Philip Snipes, for instance, as he's in danger of losing that draft. Another driver in trouble could be the number 19 of James A. Mullins, who, if he loses the draft with that that 15 car in front of him, he's gonna have a long ways back to go to that next group of cars, and that would be catastrophic for him, as he'd lose a lot of speed in that and probably get passed by that group too and go towards the back of the field.
Oh yeah, I'm riding with Rodney Wolford right now. I'll tell you what, at number 7, he's immense pack right there. 3 cars and riding out his gearboxes. He's got that another Impala just right up his nose. I tell you, that's just what this track brings and the excitement that it brings.
Yeah, well, Rodney Wolford is no stranger to Talladega's victory lane. In the 2016 EA Sports 500, he was the driver that saw his number 7 Bass Pro Shops machine go home in victory lane that race. So he knows how to get to victory lane here at this track. The question is, can he do it tonight? And if he did it tonight, I'm not sure, but I think it might actually know what maybe not in the top 12, but still, it would be incredibly good for him to take home a win tonight.
Yeah, it would. I tell you, give me that rundown. Who right now is leading the points and where the points leaders are or whatnot?
Well, the top 5 in points would be Ryan Doucette, Brett Fozzie, Brendan McGee, Michael Finlayson, and Justin M. Wilson. Well, Rodney Wofford not in the points. He's leading this race. Ryan Doucette, the highest points, points leader, sitting in 15th place. His counter, Brett Fozzie, sitting in 6th. Brendan McGee is 9th, and then Michael Finlayson running in the 4th spot right now, and then finally Justin M. Wilson in 5th, rounding out in 8th spot. So at the moment, it would seem Michael Finlayson will probably go home as a champion due to how bonus points and the like would work tonight.
Yeah, I tell you what, again, I'm riding with Brett Fozzie right now, as he is side by side, nose to tail. Yeah, he's on the move and riding in his roll bar cam right now. And I'm gonna say this because I know you love it. He definitely probably needs a tear off because he's got a bunch of rubber on that windshield.
Well, let me take a look at that roll bar cam. We'll go in car with that. Number 78. You know, that's not too much rubber. You guys are soft with these tear-offs, honestly.
Wow. Well, over the course of a race, though, that definitely can be a build-up, and you don't want too many distractions happening in a race like this because it's all about concentration. You know, you're out there, you're on that wheel, and it's side by side. You know, we came off of Speed Weeks last week, Daytona, man. You know, hey, look, it's all about the concentration here. You gotta have it.
Yeah, that is very true, and again, I don't think that's too much rubber on that windshield. There is a bit on it though, and that is certainly seen an increase in the new build. But I think he's doing pretty good out there on that high line, battling Nicholas Doucette and Brett Fozzie, possibly for the championship as we speak.
Yes, and as they form 3 wide now, trying to bring that outside, he jumps out there. He's trying to bring a host of cars with him. He might be trying to take the lead here.
You know, I think he will take the lead as he moves to that outside line. You see that 22 fighting on the inside. Rodney Wofford fighting on the outside with the number 40 Pennzoil machine right behind him. They are running as hard as they can to get this lead. Because, again, it's points. You know, except for Rodney Wofford, he's not in this championship battle. So he's going to have to be a little bit careful to not step on anyone's toes, but nonetheless, he wants to win.
And I'll tell you what, Brett Fozzie, I believe, is about to bring that thing to the front to kind of lead a couple laps here. Also, Matt, my hat's off to these drivers. They have been doing this since the green flag dropped. 2x2, three wide, nose to tail, and still green flag so far.
Yeah, and I got to give credit to that number 55 car for being a rookie on oval and obviously not doing a lot of oval racing, more of a road racing kind of driver. He started all the way in back in 22nd and has moved up to 16th spot. So, that's pretty decent if you got to say, for starting 22nd, you've moved to 15th. Now you're making a little bit of a move through the field, which is pretty good.
Absolutely. I tell you what, and that's Clifford Evans you're talking about, at number 55. He's riding behind the Bojangles machine of the 27, so he's just kind of riding right now, 40 laps to go. He started 22nd, currently 15th, but, we talked about that, Matt. Really qualifying here really is not the biggest thing, but as, you can bring a car to the front very easily.
Yeah, that you can, and again, 3 wide racing forming right back up. I don't think we're going to see it go away tonight. I don't think we'll see one time, maybe around the pit stops, we're going to see them kind of go single file for a little while. Yeah,
but once they get bunched back up, and that's just a big product of this car. It brings a lot of side-by-side racing, and it has been fun since the green flag at Charlotte when this season started. It has been nothing but exceptional and exciting, and we've seen some awesome racing. And we got a fan out there for the number 51 machine.
Yeah, now an interesting thing to note about this race car, I'd like to point out, you take a look at that spoiler on the back end there, and thank you to the magic of iRacing, we can actually take a look at this. You'll notice there's a little lip instead of the standard Speedway spoiler where there was, where it's just a flat edge at the top. There's actually a little lip that goes over, kind of like it's upside down. I don't know what exactly that has to do with it. I never remember that being on a real NASCAR race car. When they ran at Super Speedway, someone in the comments, please correct me if I'm wrong. You can see it on the FMTV1 cam, looking at the O2 of Patrick Campbell. Anyway, you never see it, and I guess that has something to do with air, and I think that's something iRacing implemented recently, because of the fact that the way they reintroduced these race cars to Super Speedway recently. So I think they had to change a few aero things to keep the racing interesting, and you know what? If it's something iRacing changed, it has definitely kept that racing interesting, and I am all for the change.
Absolutely. I'll let I agree with you. It has been, as far as these cars go, single file, 2x2, 3 wide. I don't know what to say. It's just so much action. Right now these guys are still 3 wide racing, and we've got 37 laps. It's been that way since the green flag.
How many laps did you say we were in?
We got 37 laps to go.
37 to go. All right, so we're 16 laps in. Just a great race happening. You're right. Again, like I said, I don't see this kind of racing dying down until we're within pit stop range. Kane Cook, though, still holding on to the lead. I noticed one car in a lot of trouble unless there's a caution. That would be Evan Nielsen in the number 32, completely out of the draft. Dylan Roberts also looking to fall out of that draft, as is, believe it or not, points leader Ryan Doucette, stuck in 15th.
Wow. They can make that up, though. It's still early. They can get back up there and definitely be able to get tucked in. We still got some. You're gonna have to make a pit stop. You can't go the whole way. So that's definitely going to play a factor here. So bide your time. Make sure you keep the fenders on that car and get hooked up with somebody and go.
Well, I'm not saying they can't make it up. I'm just saying it's going to be very hard to unless there's a caution.
Absolutely. That's as short as the laps are here, this is almost a go time type situation. And after that pit stop, if it is a green flag stop, you don't have help, you're sitting duck.
Yeah, and that's when the danger's really going to set in, is when you don't have help. And again, Ryan Doucette cannot lose that draft. Considering the spot he's in right now, if he were to lose that draft, it would be catastrophic for his racing. Also, doing a quick Google search, that little cover on the spoilers on these race cars were not present in the last year of NASCAR running these COY cars. That would be 2007, and are not currently present on the ARCA Racing Series cars, which still run in super speedways using these bodies. So I guess it is something iRacing added to improve racing, but it definitely is making the racing a whole lot better. And I am loving every minute of it. I don't know about you.
Absolutely, I'm 100% with you there, Matt.
The Brendan McGee taking the race lead, another driver in the championship battle, also the league owner in the race lead. So how about that?
Well, hey, it would be an awesome if he could actually pull the win off here today, and you know, that would be something for him. You're talking about the top side on the cars with that spoiler. If you remember, the Cup cars implemented that as way back in the early 2000s. They implemented that. If you look, they actually had those on the actual Cup cars at one time, and it made for racing just like this. You could not break away from a pack. You could not get out front, and those cars were glued door to doors, you know, 2 by 2.
About on the roof, right?
Yes, the one on the roof.
That's not
Yep.
what I'm talking about.
Well, if you look really close on these cars, they actually have that implementation of that spoiler on the roof, and that is actually to prevent these cars from getting too much air, and it makes them, it's almost like the trucks. They're hard to break through the air. So that's another thing that produces a lot of what we're seeing out here today.
Yeah, I do remember that being on the Cup cars and then on the Nationwide cars involved. But like I said, I'm talking about like on the actual back spoiler. You see the little lip on it?
I'd have to look really close at one of the cars and see.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to see. It's really easy to notice on the 15 car, though, the way his spoiler is. But it's a little lip on the back spoiler, not that roof spoiler. I know what you're talking about with that because I remember that being on the Cup cars for a while. But do you notice it now on the back of like the 15?
Let me look see real fast. See what we got. If I can't get close enough to him.
Yeah, hop on over to the FMTV 1 stream, folks. You will notice it as we ride with the back end of the number 15.
I'm on the chase cam of one. I'm trying to see what you're talking about.
Not the 15 car. That was the wrong car. It's the Kellogg's car, which is apparently not the 15. I thought it was. Michael Finlay's in 3 wide for the race lead. Brendan McGee's line is going to take it in turn 1.
Wow, I'm going to tell you what, there's still 2 by 2, nose to tail here. And this is the kind of racing we have seen since the green flag has dropped. I mean, they have not been able to get single file. Maybe 1 or 2 cars has, but I tell you what, that outside forms up, comes back in, and it still goes back 2 by 2.
Yeah, looking at the number 19 machine, it's very easy to notice the little lip on the rear spoiler there as it comes up over and kind of forms almost like the spoiler on the roof, but sideways instead of vertically. Or horizontally instead of vertically as we watch.
You're talking about the little one that's on the back window, right?
No. It's on the physical rear spoiler. Here, Joe, take a look at the stream I'm running right now.
Hang on.
You'll notice it real quick.
We got green flag. We got green flag pit stops going on right now.
Oh, we do?
Yep.
Taking a look over at the green flag stops, that would be the... Trying to see who's down pit lane. That would be the number 96 machine of Aaron Smith II. Oh, a spin on pit lane. That's the 87 and the 74. Yep. That's Ryan Nolan in the 87 and Dylan Roberts in the 74. They both back on pit lane. We got cars through the grass, as a matter of fact, too.
Yeah, we do. I saw that, man. I tell you what, just cars everywhere right now. As this, we still got a pack of cars out there on the group, but hey, you know, this might be. I'm wondering something here, Matt. I mean, quickly, can they go the entire way on fuel from this point on?
You know, that's a good question. I don't know if they were pitting early to do that or what. I want to say yes, because if I remember correctly, these cars have a fuel window of around 40 laps. So they should, in theory, be able to, but I don't know if the fuel has been modified.
Yeah, I mean, because... if that's true, they're making pit stops way early at the 56 lap point and whatnot. But I don't know. That's something to keep an eye on.
Actually, the fuel has to be modified. Remember, Charlotte was a fuel game, and that was a very short amount of racing.
Yes, it was. So we might actually see some fuel mileage here, and actually might see another pit stop being implemented. I mean, because we still got 29 laps to go at this point.
Yeah, not sure. We'll get back to that on the fuel thing, but we see cars running around after making their pit stops. Current race leader Patrick Campbell is on pit lane.
Yep. They are now. Justin Roden, man, he overshot his pit stall right there. Car cut the car. I don't know why, but might have had a little bit of damage. Optional, he's trying to get done, but his field is split up for the time being. They will get back up and get up back up there doing 2x2.
Yeah, you see other cars coming out of pit lane right now. That would be Philip Snipes. Actually, heading into pit lane is Philip Snipes. Patrick Campbell's going to have to get out with that number 2 machine, or he's going to have a problem with drafting once he gets back onto the racetrack.
Yep, absolutely. Just going through the field here right now.
Yeah, he'll get out with the number 2 machine. Now, you know, as we still see a considerable size pack of car behind him. You look back towards that, starting with the number 29, and Nick Treyebuck. That's a pretty decent 4-car pack they got down there. You got 2 cars on the inside, Rodney Wofford and Michael Finlayson, which were among the first group to pit, I'd like to add, as they're trying to form up right now. You see Clifford Edmond towards the back of your screen, also in a pack with the number 24, the 40, and the 54.
Yep. Hey, I'm back here in the back part back here. Like I say, we got a few, we got some cars now that kind of grouped up, a couple of them are 2 together, a couple of them are 3, 4 cars grouped up, trying to get back a big pack back going on again like we had before, which, we talked about that. Once green flag stops started to do, it was going to break up that big pack. So, unless there's a caution, it's going to be a little bit before they get back up there.
Yeah, that it will be. But, Justin M. Wilson in second and Doucette's in first, so they've kind of already formed back up to the front of the field.
They have, and I tell you what.
That's number 18 machine.
Yep, no caution though.
Not sure what happened with him though, since he's since exiting the racetrack.
Yeah, he got out the way.
I'd like to add. But interesting situation that went on there. As I believe, Nick Treyebuck leading the field right now. 27 laps have been started. 26 have been completed.
Yep, right now, and we've got 26 to go. Actually, 25 this time by Matt, and it has been nothing short of exciting here at Talladega with the WINSTEL Cup Series, and their last race of their season was a season 3.
Yes, season 3, season 4 starting up on the 15th of January. Hey, a few days before my birthday.
What's that now?
I said it's starting up on the 15th of January would be season 4, and that's actually 4 days before my birthday, which is kind of cool.
Uh-oh, getting old, man.
Yeah, I'm only 50. I'd only be 50. I'm not bad.
You say you 50?
15.
Oh, okay. Well, everybody out there, he says he's 50, all right?
Yeah, that's not true.
That's
very much incorrect. Nick Treyebuck, the race leader, he's led a total of 2 laps. I'm thinking he led a little bit more, but he's making that number 29 AC Delco machine. I think that's a Dale Jr. throwback look good.
Yep, absolutely. I tell you what, and Brendan McGee up there, he's led 6 laps of this race. He started 6, currently 2nd. Nick Turbush, is that his name? I think it's Treyebuck, my bad. He started 20th, currently 1st, led 2 laps. So we were talking about it earlier, Matt. Qualifying not the biggest thing to look at, but man, he has been able to bring that machine up to the front.
Yeah, well, Rodney Wofford has led the most laps today. Well, him and Brendan McGee both tied at 6 laps. Nick Treyebuck, though, inching up there, having led a total of 3 laps now as that continues to climb, which is a good thing for him.
Absolutely, and I tell you what, this has been a heck of a race so far. Definitely exciting.
Yeah, and it is a very exciting race. And look at that, the 54 car. Brandon Cruz-Monsivais trying to take the race lead.
Man, we just got so much action going on, man, tonight. I tell you what, I'm still right here on this Nick, and I'm out his bumper cam here off the back, and he's got a big full back bumper of an Impala SS, just like knocking the dang numbers off the back end of it for him.
I've noticed one thing though, the number 29 Nick Treyebuck, he's got damage to his rear end.
Hey, well, we were just watching the gearbox. No wonder the car behind him just beating and banging, which that's that's a product of draft racing.
Yeah, that is, and it's impressive to see how that does not affect his aero too much. Now looking at the points battles, that's a very crucial part. You know, I should have made a graphic in theory that was across the bottom that showed the 12 points driver. That's my bad for not doing that. I should have done that. But looking at the points battle right now, you see Brian Doucette sitting second right now. He's first in the points. So if he finishes there, no matter what, he's won this championship, just, you know, by virtue of position.
Well, you know, and that's what you come here for. I mean, you definitely want to win the race. You know, that's always on your mind. But, you know, a championship, man, to say, hey, look, I'm the WINSTEL Series champ. That's what you want.
Yeah, and this league is starting.
Hey, y'all out there, let me know how I sound as opposed to how these cars sound. Make sure they're not drowning me out when I talk. Appreciate it.
Say, you know what, I won the championship for this league.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what, we're season 3 right now, like we just said, and to be season 3's champion, and we're going to crown one tonight here at Talladega.
Yeah, that we will, and it's going to be a very good, well-fought battle. So whoever wins the championship definitely will be the one deserving of it, because it's a lot of work to drive up in the front of these super speedways, and it is a very hard thing to do, especially at the speed these cars go.
Yeah, I tell you what, and that's and we're still back to another big pack up front, and they're still 3 wide, 2 by 2, nose to tail, and it didn't take long for them to get there. We're going to be 20 laps to go this time by, and they're taking it 4 wide.
Actually, the race length tonight is a total of 52 laps, as a matter of fact.
Wow.
Wow, yeah, you're right. Look at that 4 wide racing. This is what the points battle will do to you. Ryan Doucette now to the win.
Good deal. Appreciate it. I just want to make sure I'm loud enough with the sound of the cars, fellas. Well, hey, let's give a shout out to all the viewers out there from TV, man. Tonight, I'm Joe White up here in the booth with Matt Egan, and we're calling the WINSTEL Cup Series final race of season 3. We're going to crown a champ, Talladega Super Speedway, folks. It has been nothing but exciting. You're seeing three wide racing, 2 by 2, nose to tail. And Matt, I got goosebumps, man, just watching this stuff. You don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, you really don't. You see Ryan Doucette battling with Bonsavice. Justin M. Wilson right behind him. He's in the battle for this championship. He wants to get by Doucette. And, of course, Doucette has to finish quite a few spots back.
Matt, sound okay?
Wilson to be able to win. But, again, in theory, 12 cars have the chance to do it. When we redo the race results, we're obviously going to ask the league owner to see who actually won the championship so we don't report the wrong information.
Oh, yeah.
But, in theory, 12 cars, as we've been saying, have a shot at this thing.
Sounds good. Man, I tell you what, right now, you know, Michael Van Lacey right now running in the 11th place, but, you know, he looked so close that he's up there, and it doesn't have far to go. And like we said, with this restrictor plate style racing, you know, we say 11th spot, but that's nothing. You can make that up in like half a lap.
Yeah, very true, very true. It's not hard at all to make up the position.
I tell you, and they're still 2 by 2, Matt.
Yeah, you can see, speaking about the positions.
Appreciate it, y'all, man. I just want to make sure it sounds good, man. That cars ain't drowning us out.
I mean, talking in terms of real life, in 2000, Dale Earnhardt Sr. in 4 laps went from 17th place to 1st place to win his final race of his career.
Wow. And, you know, that's impressive. And I'm going to tell you what, not a big Dale Earnhardt fan, but my hat's off to that man. He owned this place. He was the king here, so to speak. He knew how to draft, knew how to side draft. And tonight, man, we're seeing some of that out here on this track, because my hat's off to these drivers. We have yet to have a caution. And we have seen 3 wide, 4 wide, 2 by 2 nonetheless since the green flag, and nose to tail, Matt. And, again, not to have a caution. That is amazing, and some skill out there.
Well, these are very skilled drivers. Let's not overlook that. They may not be pro-level drivers, but, you know, Pro Series Black Stripe, but they are still some of the best drivers I've witnessed on iRacing. The skill and professionalism they have is very, very high.
Hey, I can believe it from what we're seeing here. You know, we was watching in practice, and yeah, I guess, you know, kind of lack of a better word, they're out there just goofing off, having a good time and whatnot. But here they have got all seriousness, and you know, the game face is on. Somebody's going to be a champ. Somebody wants to win this race, and they have put on a show for all the viewers out there. Definitely want to thank all y'all for watching tonight. FusionMotorsportsTV.com. Check out the website. It'll be up soon. Me and Matt up here in the booth, man, we just having a blast watching this race.
Well, breaking news. Nicholas Doucette has now led the most laps. Our pole sitter has led a total of 7 laps tonight.
Awesome.
I know. See, that shows how much leaders we've had, considering the most laps led is 7. Right now, it's going to flop back over to Ryan Doucette. No, it will not. It's going to be a drag race to the line. I think Nicholas has got this one.
I tell you what, you're talking about leaders. I just pulled up a race summary here, and laps completed 36 of 52. We've had 14 lead changes, Matt. Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah, that is a lot of laps. That's a lot of lead changes right there, but it's not surprising here at Talladega. I think the record in real life is in the 80s for a number of lead changes.
Wow.
Yeah, now that's a lot of lead changes.
Yes, absolutely. I will agree with you 100% there. As we're looking further back here in the back.
Tonight, but a lot of good racing tonight, too, I'd like to add.
Oh, man, yeah, this race has been nothing but keen and excitement. I mean, like I say, 2x2, nose to tail. These, we've got a pack up front, a big pack. We've got a small pack back here in the back with 15, 16, 17, 18. And, we got small packs and racing all over the place. This 2.66 mile track.
Yeah, but the one thing to remember is not, as you've said already, not once has there been a caution tonight.
Yep, that is a testament to the skill, patience, and the driving that these guys. Now, obviously, 15 laps to go, and they might throw that out the window with the, a couple laps to go. So we're talking now, but definitely right now they are showing skill and patience.
Yeah. Now, folks watching FMTV1 stream, you may notice the ticker has just changed over to more of what FMTV2 Joe White has got going on. Reason for that is, just so we can have a little bit of a more accurate ticker, provides a little bit more accurate of scoring between the cars, as it doesn't wait till the start-finish line to update, which I think is a good thing, especially at Talladega, where you kind of need that accuracy.
Yeah, and I tell you, it's Talladega. There's just so much darn excitement going on here that it's hard to keep up with, really, Matt.
Yeah, that it is, and you see Justin M. Wilson. Actually, no, it's oh wait, no, that's swapped over. It's Austin Crowder. Now it's Justin M. Wilson back to the point. They're swapping real quick there between the leaders.
They are, and I tell you what, riding along with Justin M. Wilson here and through his screen here a little bit, and looks like they're catching that other pack up there.
Yeah, I think they are actually, and that other pack is consisting of quite a few cars, none of which, though, I believe are championship contenders, however.
Now, here's going to be the interesting fact here. This is the lead pack here. If they catch that pack up there, normally, 1 or 2 cars is one thing, but we're talking about maybe 6, 7 cars up there. Once they catch them, they're going to catch the draft of this pack, which for the first time tonight we've seen nose-to-tail racing and not 2x2, and that might be something they're seeing as, hey, fellas, we need to get... Nope, they're all coming to pit lane.
This will be the last round of pit stops with 12 laps to go at the line. Look at them locking up those tires. Almost some contact. Ryan Doucette, big crash on the back. This has got major implications for the championship. Ryan Doucette is going to be nailed with an unsafe pit entry. That's at least a 15-second time penalty, provided he hasn't sped yet.
Oh, wow. Man, let's see what happens here. The 01 machine, yeah, he came in hot and heavy at 130 mile an hour. Just overshot it. Now,
and you saw him going to the grass too, correct?
But he did go in the grass, but you know what? I think he missed the commitment cone, so that might not be a penalty on his end.
We'll see if he goes down pit lane, but if that is a penalty, I hate to say it, but I'm pretty sure that's going to eliminate him from the championship.
Well, if he can get back around here, he might be okay, but that's definitely, you might be right. That's actually going to probably put him a lap down. Unless there's a caution, he's going to be hurting.
And think about it, that's 30 seconds he's going to be, that's about 30 seconds he's going to be in pit lane. 15 seconds to serve a penalty and 15 seconds for his average pit stop, roughly.
Yep, I agree with you. Now, he's got a pack coming up. Well, he's going back down pit lane, so we're going to see exactly, kind of ride along with him here.
Or will it be in pit lane for 30 seconds?
Right. Well, I'm curious to see if he has to do a, stop and go or penalty here for that, because he missed that commitment cone. So that's another thing that's going to be interesting to see here.
Well, we will be keeping. Well, did he miss the commitment code, or did he get past it, or was it like right on the?
Well, we'll know here in probably about another.
No.
Oh, he just went field only.
Still, he's in a bad spot. He pitted with no one else, and he's going to easily go a lap down in this.
Oh yeah. Well, you know, if he can get a caution, he can get back out there and definitely, man, get this car going, and hopefully get back up or get the lucky dog, get back around, and then make a dash for the run. But time is running out. We're going to 10 laps to go this time by. If he doesn't get a caution in the next couple laps, like you said, it's over.
Yeah, if he doesn't get that caution, this race, this championship is over for him, which is the unfortunate part about it. Yep. Right now, though, new leader, rookie Clifford Evans to the point.
Wow, Clifford might be the one, man, that's going to look good after these pit stops here.
Still, he hasn't pitted yet. Let's keep that in mind.
Okay. Well, you know, maybe he's hoping for the caution out there. You know, and then again, Matt, can he go the whole way?
I don't think so. It's only 10 laps. I know he's going to try to, but I don't think he's going to be able to do it.
Nope, I think he's coming in right now. Nope, he faked it like he was. It looked like he went down a little low, but him and the 22 machine of what a Kane Cook right there.
Yeah.
I mean, it really.
Evans going to want to be careful, though. He's made this kind of bad call before in Charlotte where it cost him a top 5.
That's true, but I mean, right now, the more he waits and the longer he stays out right now, it actually is hurting him more than it's helping him. And at some point, you've got to be committed, because if you go into pit lane now, Matt, then you're definitely going back to the back. You know, the longer you wait and play this strategy, I mean, you either got to be committed or you're not.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't see him going the entire rest of this race without pitting. I'm going to be honest there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't, and I'm watching him right now, and
he's going to wait till the last second, though. I can guarantee that.
Well, and there's nothing wrong with that part. I mean, we got 8 laps to go this time by, and yeah, I'm watching, and he's not letting off. He's not saving anything. So definitely, now the 22 machine behind him is the car that might be in a better position than Clifford, because he's able to let off that throttle a lot and use the draft.
Yeah, that's true, but still, they're both going to run out of fuel eventually, and even if they do wait till the last second, they're going to have less than a 6-second stop in order to maintain their position and, again, get back up to speed incredibly quickly, because Derek Jackson and Jeffrey McClintock and Elliott Henderson are going well over 190 miles an hour.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. Kane and Clifford up here still, they haven't lost their speed. They're still well over 190, and so they're maintaining that speed. The problem is, like you said, as soon as they go in pits, it's a done deal.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying on track. On track, they're looking good. When they have to hit pit lane is when their speed becomes a big problem for them.
Yep, and we're going to have 6 laps to go this time by. Is Clifford trying to get a thing? I think he's probably, at this point, Matt, I hate to say it, you're committed to staying out and trying to take it all the way and see what happens.
Yeah, and no, he's going to have to pit.
Nope.
He's coming down this time.
Yep.
Unfortunate thing is, and he hits the commitment cone.
Wow, that could be a penalty, and also he's coming in hot.
His tires weren't over, but it may
okay.
be. You may be right. Look, if you notice on the 55, if you get the right camera angle, you will notice that he overshoots his box, and that's going to be a killer.
Wow, you know that.
Oh, it's 15.
Everything going wrong for him right there, but you know, I thought there for a minute definitely he was going to commit to stay out. Oh, and there's the yellow flag though. Oh wow.
He did have a penalty because you notice he had to sit in pit lane a lot longer than a fuel stop would.
And you know what? With the caution coming out like it did, that might actually play in his favor if he has that penalty. Well,
I don't think it does because it puts him a lap down.
Well, that is true, but as far as the penalty goes, he doesn't have to serve it now under green because he was serving it before the caution came out.
Yeah, you make a point there, but bad luck for that 55 machine and bad timing on that pit stop.
Well, who was the caution here? Let's see what we come up with.
That's a good question to be asking.
our first one of the night, and I kind of figured we
And it puts us in a green white checker. How about that?
Yes, and that's another thing, man. This is going to come down to the wire. Matt, give us an update on those points, man. What we looking like?
Well, the points battle right now is going to go to Nicholas Doucette, sitting in second place and sitting. Okay, I was wrong. How is he not in? I thought he was having good races. Well, looking at the points right now, it would go to Brendan McGee. Actually, allow me to correct myself, as he sits third in the points and, ironically, sitting fourth on the racetrack as he has to come down pit lane.
Yeah, everybody's coming down pit lane. Don't understand why.
Well, maybe
but,
they didn't pit. Maybe they were a group that hadn't pit yet.
Well, no, remember, they all pitted, so I don't know if this is just...
I think one last opportunity for tires.
Yeah, well, true. That would be another thing. Might as well get you some tires while it is caution. But so crucial pit stop right here.
I see a smoking number 58 machine. I think he may have been the culprit of this caution.
Oh man, unfortunate.
They're pitting for a green-white checker. That's right, they have to do that. But they were gonna have a green-white checker anyway. So I actually should probably pull Brendan in the team speaker. Car number 94. You got a copy?
Pardon?
You got a copy down there?
Yes, red flag is out.
Yeah, but you got a caution with 7 laps to go. You would have had a green-white checker anyway.
We try to make it so we can get as many laps possible for the finish.
Fair enough. Well, now that we got you in here, how do you feel about your chances of the championship?
No idea, because anything can happen.
That's
but
true.
Right now they've been good. I've got 5 bonus points for leading the lap, so that's more than some of the other ones can say, but anything can happen.
Now, in this championship scenario, say the race would have finished right now, you would be the champion, correct?
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you for talking to us. Gonna take it to the FMTV caution cam. We'll be right back for this finale here in the WINSTEL Racing Series. And off.
Yeah, we're under a red flag right now, huh? We're under red flag conditions right now. That's kind of unique, man, that they're doing that red flag here.
We're going to use this time, actually, to interview some drivers.
All right.
Starting up, we're going to interview the 55 car after what could have been a very good strategy call. Unfortunately, turned south for that number 55 team, and they currently sit in 14th spot right now. So looking at,
well, just let all the viewers know that, like I say, they're lined up on pit road right now, that the race director here, before we talk to the 55, has put this under red flag so that we can get the last 4 or 5 laps here going, so that we can get a good clean finish of this race and crown a new champion here.
Well, Clifford Eben, you got a copy down there?
Yep.
As we're rolling off, as this red flag comes to an end, very unfortunate strategy call on what seemed like they may have been sat there for a penalty after hitting the commitment cone. What can you tell us about that?
Actually, I got caught for speeding, so I had to serve a 15-second penalty, and so I started to serve the penalty, and then the caution came out, so I guess that kind of worked out in our favor, so now we don't lose any ground under green because of the penalty for speeding. And then it overshot my pit stop too, so it didn't look like it was going to end up too good, but we got the caution, so.
Now, with that fuel strategy, were you trying to wait out a caution or trying to go all the way there? Because it obviously did not work in your favor in any way.
I think those like 5 of us or whatever, we're going to try to come down pit lane and just take barely enough fuel to bring it home to the end, and then just take no tires and see how that would work. But I don't know, it didn't quite work out the way we wanted it to. Well, one of our guys, Kane, is obviously leading now, but other than that, it didn't work out too well.
Sitting back in 22nd right now for this restart is once again the number 55 machine of Clifford Eben. Next up is the number 78 of Brett Fozzie, the closest car to Brendan McGee that actually has a chance of winning this championship. He sits 7th. Brett Fozzie, if you got a copy.
Yep.
Well, how's that number 78 DuPont machine looking tonight?
I don't know if I have any damage, so hopefully it can be fast here at the end.
Now, do you think you have a chance at this championship over Brennan?
Not too sure, but I'll try. Gonna be tough.
Now, we're going green with 3 laps to go. How do you think you're going to do once we get back to green with the drafting?
Um, basically, if you just have someone pushing you, or if you're pushing someone and you can get the right runs, you can just get up there and get the lead.
All right, one last question. Currently sitting in front of Brendan McGee, what is your strategy here? To just maintain that or go for the race win?
Might try a bit of both. If I can't win the race, then I'll still try to stay in front of them.
All right, well, thank you for talking to us, and best of luck.
Thank you.
That was the 78 machine of Brett Fozzie. Brendan McKissick, the race leader, as we get ready to go back to Green Flag Racing here at Talladega. I clicked the wrong button and took out the loop instead of the driver box.
That's all right. Well, tell you what, you're right, Talladega. And they called off the caution there, so we're not going green yet.
So we will have a 2-lap shootout as we will hit 3 to go this time. I guess I had to wait for the proper race leader to come around, so we will have a 2-lap shootout as we'll take the 1 to go with 3 laps to go. How do you think it's going to play out? You think we're going to get a massive crash, or what do you think is going to happen?
You know, it's hard to say. I mean, these guys have been very, very patient this whole entire race. They have done 3 wide, 2 wide, nose to tail, the whole entire race, and has been very patient without a caution. But, hey, the blueprint's thrown out the window at this point. Who cares? Tighten the seat belts, man. Get your darn right foot, man, going, because put it to the floor and hold it there. Somebody's winning this race. Somebody's coming home as a champ. So that is definitely interesting.
Field pulling back down on pit lane to ensure they will have actually a 3-lap. Actually, I don't know how that's going to work, because either way they're going to have a 2-lap buffer.
Yeah. I don't know how they're going to
I know what
do
they're
this.
trying to do, but it ain't going to work.
Yeah, if they keep doing what they're doing.
That as they roll through pit lane.
Yeah, because if they keep doing it, they're going to actually run this thing and end it under caution. And Kane Cook would be the man right now to benefit from that.
What they were trying to do was obviously get a 3-lap restart.
Yes.
They realized they would have to cross the start-finish line again anyway, and would be down to 2 to go in any circumstance. So they just continue to roll.
Yep. And I tell you what, this Kane Cook right now up there, race leader. He was asking. He's got Brandon McKees right there beside of him, and it's just I don't know. It's going to be anybody's ball game.
Yeah, it's got Brandon McKissick right behind him. This is going to be a very interesting final. Look how dirty those cars are. You can really see the buildup on the front of them.
Yeah, that and the I know what you love, the windshield too.
Let's take a look at the 24, Brandon McKissick. I guarantee you it's not going to be that bad.
Well, he's got a little rubber on there.
On that right side, not the left side. The left side looks fine.
Yep, that's true. I mean, he's got some rubber build up there, which that's normal. I mean, you're racing that close to the car. These guys are throwing nothing but rubber and all that. So definitely, we got that Porsche pace car up there, and he's going to send these cars off here, and we're going to have a shootout.
Yeah, we'll be riding from in-car Alex Krapser in a number 40 machine for the street start, riding from 3rd place as we usually do. Actually, no, we won't. I got a better camera angle, actually. So crank it up, Cam.
I hear you.
Get a really good restart view. Pace car is down.
It is. We're going to have 2 laps to go here. It's going to be green, white, checkered shootout, Matt.
Green flag is out. That was a very good restart. It's a rocket past the start-finish line.
Heading into turn 1 there. Kane Cook trying to protect that inside, and he's got Brandon right there on his back bumper as we see a little dicing going on back there. But right now, nose to tail, but I don't think that's going to stay for long, as we've seen all race long, 2 by 2, and they're going to shuffle him out.
It's a championship battle, too. Brett Fozzie needs to stay in front of Brandon McGee. If he does that, it's his championship. If he doesn't do it well, you know who it goes to.
Yeah, right now, Brandon McGee he is pulling that number 24 Rainbow Warrior machine to the front.
Yeah. Brandon McKissick, though, the race leader.
Yes, he is, and Alex Casper right now right behind him, and they are three wide in the back there as we're coming down to the white flag, Matt.
Points leader Ryan Doucette is slowly watching his championship just slip away from him from back in the 14th spot.
And I tell you what, they are 3 wide back there in the back. And
Oh,
this
there's
is,
a crash.
oh, it's a big one.
All the points guys are in it. Brett Fozzie is going to walk away the race, the champion.
He is, I'm going to tell you what, but that was the big one back there as we're watching the race leader come back through here.
Brett Fozzie is your Season 3 champion. Ryan said Brendan McGee, all them crashed.
Oh, wow.
Nick Trabuck is going to finish in front of Fozzie, but I don't think it's going to be enough. I don't think it's going to be enough. Nick Trabuck is 8th in the points. Brett Fozzie is 2nd. I think Fozzie has his championship. And another crash. Oh no, Brett Fozzie is in it. He finishes right behind Nick Trabuck. What a finish. Clifford Evans in it as well. Huge crash at the end.
Wow, I'll tell you what, that was a massive one right there.
I think Fozzie's the champion. Nick Trabuck finishes 3rd. Nick Trabuck, finishes 3rd. Brandon McKissick, the race winner, Brandon Cruz Monsivice, finished 2nd tonight.
Wow, man, I'll tell you what, they turned those cars, man, like, that was a heck of a crash there at the line, though. And, like I said before, everything's out the door at the end of the race as we're seeing this one form. Man, that was just a heck of a finish here at Talladega. But let's find out who the champ is.
I think it's Brett Fozzie. I'm going to pull in Brennan real quick. Brennan McGee, you got a copy?
I do.
Champion is Brett Fozzie, correct, since he was 2nd in points?
We are pretty sure, but bonus points have not been calculated yet till I put into the system, but it looks like right now he is the champion.
They both have led 0 laps today, Nick Trabuck and Fozzie. Actually, Trabuck has led 3.
So yes, Brett Fozzie, from the looks of it, looks like he's the champion to upload the points.
I'll tell you
All
what,
right.
Matt, that
Champion
24
has been
machine.
confirmed. Thank you, Brennan.
Man, that was a heck of a finish. You know, you asked me if there was going to be another big one. Yeah, I kind of felt it coming. Yeah, the whole race had been really patient. But my hat's off. Congratulations to Brandon McKissick for the win. Nick Turbos? Trabuck finishing in 2nd. Ashton Crowder pulling it home in 3rd. Man, I tell you, and look at the burnouts. That Rainbow Warrior machine right there, boy. He pulled it off.
But I got Nick Trabuck in 3rd, actually.
Okay.
And then 4th goes to Rodney Wofford. 5th, Brett Fozzie. 6th, Nicholas Doucette. Kane Cook, 7th. 8th, Ashton Crowder. Clifford Evans will finish in 9th. Dylan Roberts is 10th.
Wow. I tell you what, right now, Alex Casper in 11th. Jeffrey L. McClintock sitting in 12th. Philip Snipes. Clintock, okay. Sitting in 12th. Philip Snipes, 13th. Justin Router, 14th. Patrick Campbell, man. Rough. He had a good start there at the beginning, but rough ending. Finishing in 15th. Ryan Nolan, 16th. James A. Mullins, 17th. Brandon McGee, 18th. Gloria Quintella, 19th. And Ryan Doucette falling to 20th.
Man, Doucette was looking to win that championship in a 20th spot. That's very rough for him. 21st, Justin M. Wilson, Derek Jackson, Evan Nielsen, Michael Finlayson, Elliot Henderson, Adam, is that Bruton or Burton?
It's like Burton, I believe.
Bob Roden. Oh, I'm going to butcher this.
Roden.
Trivar Blith.
Sounds good.
I think that's Blythe. I don't know how to say that first. The 59 car. Let's go with that. 96 of Aaron Smith, the 2nd, and Chris Hone rounds out 30th.
And we got 31st and Leon Bordage. I'm going to tell you what, I'm messing that one up myself. And we got Lisa Ryan, Andrew Hill, and then 34th place Carson Husavar. All right, appreciate that. And Brandon Wilkerson in 35th, Logan Powers 36th, Sean Penglin in 37th, and then Ken Raleigh Howell in 38th. And I'll tell you what, that's a heck of a starting grid and a finishing grid right there, Matt. An exciting race.
You know what time it is now? Hello,
interview.
Race winner Brendan McKissick. Copy down there.
Gotcha.
How do you feel, man?
Just relieved. I've been in this series for most of the year and haven't gotten one yet. Haven't even run that well in most of the seasons, but this season, performance definitely stepped up a little bit. That can be traced back to Atlanta last season when I finished 3rd and finally got one. We were on the last lap. had the lead. I didn't think I was going to get it because I was a sitting duck, but I somehow got it at the end thanks to the bump from Nicholas Doucette.
And you finished in the, you started 25th, so 25th to first, man. That's a great finish. Anyone you want to thank for that win?
I'd like to thank Mediocre Motorsports and my teammate Ashton Cotter for working with me most of the race.
Well, Mediocre Motorsports, certainly not mediocre tonight. As you got a very good finish, and thank you for talking to us.
No problem, man. Thanks for putting this on tonight.
Finishing second, Joe White will be talking to Brandon Cruz, Monster Vice.
User was moved to your channel.
Brandon Cruz, this is Joe White up here in the FMTV booth. You got a copy?
Got you loud and clear, sir.
Hey, I tell you what, man, he brought that thing home in second place, but I tell you, that was a heck of a darn finish out there. Was you just hanging on, or did you really just know how you had the car to bring it home?
Well, I can tell you right now, I did not have the car to bring it home because I had major steering damage. It would turn left just fine, but turn to the right, it would get really loose. It felt like my left rear tire was just slightly in front of where my right front tire was, so it would pull to the right a little bit, and then it wouldn't turn right worth a darn. It'd want to spin out, but I mean, it was an awesome race and an awesome car through the whole thing.
Good deal. You got anybody out there you want to thank?
I definitely got to thank Brandon for putting on this the series and the season, because originally WINSTEL was just going to be a two-season thing this year, but we decided to put 3 races together right before the holidays, and then pretty much all the community in here, everyone was just an awesome group to race with this year, and I'm just looking forward to racing against everyone in the IGB 250 later next month.
Awesome. Well, I'm going to let you get back down there with your crew. Congratulations on the second place victory out of that wild one here at Talladega International Speedway for the Season 3 here at the WINSTEL Cup. My hat's off to you there.
Thank you, sir, and thank you to all the viewers for watching, and thank you for FMTV for broadcasting this race. You guys do a heck of a job. Can't wait to go back and watch all that happen live again.
User was moved out.
All right, and Nick Trabuck finished third. Real quick, before we talk to him, speaking of the I Got Balls 250, unfortunately, we will not be broadcasting that. That will go to Checkered Flag Interactive. However, we will be broadcasting the No Fear 180 the day before, so that'll be a very fun thing to broadcast, which will also act as a last chance qualifier. Of course, as I said last week, I was already locked into that race, so that'll be nice.
Say that name again.
The I Got Balls 250.
Where is that race?
Last week, it's the these cars at Old Daytona.
Oh, okay. Wow.
It's trust me, it's low down force. It deserves that name.
That's awesome.
It's very hard to drive, but very fun to drive. Anyway, Nick Trabuck, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
How do you feel, man?
It was pretty crazy, man. I feel pretty good, Third place finish at Talladega after a crazy wreck in the middle and keeping it clean. It was a good race.
Now, how do you feel about third place finish after the crazy crash there at the end?
It was pretty good. I mean, I had to debate between pitting or not pitting on that red flag, and I think that I made the right choice just so I could keep a good position on the track and end up in a good spot for the finish.
All right, now, anyone you want to thank for this finish?
I want to thank Brennan for hosting it. Another good season for the WINSTEL season, And just want to thank everybody for showing up and making a good race tonight. It was fun, and congratulations on the championship, I think, for Brett. I think he won the
you would be correct.
Awesome. Yeah, congrats to him, too.
I have one last somewhat unrelated question.
Sure thing, man.
On the 54th TeamSpeak profile, it's got something you posted on Facebook. Did you really post that? Because that's funny right there.
Let me see it real quick. I didn't see it. Oh, my gosh. Yes, I did. I posted that, I don't know how long ago, maybe last week, on some, those famous girls that just, show off their body for money. I was like, man, I wish I could do that, but yeah, I appreciate you thinking that was funny.
I mean, it is. Good job on the third place, man. Can't wait for season 4 in January.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks, man. Thanks for broadcasting, too. You guys did a great job.
Finally, Joe White will be talking to our champion, Brett Fozzie.
User was moved to your channel.
Brett Fozzie, Congratulations, Joe White, up here in the booth, man. You got the confetti flying. You have brought it home. Season 3 WINSTEL Cup champ. How does that sound?
Oh, that sounds amazing. I can't believe it.
You got anybody out there? I know, man, your crew is ecstatic right now. They didn't care if you brought home just the steering wheel of that car. You got the trophy. You're the champ. You are the man here in WINSTEL now. You got the bragging rights till next season. How does that make you feel? Who you got to thank out there?
I feel like, well, first off, I have to thank Ryan for messing up entering his pits. He wasn't able to make pit road right, and that kind of set him back, so that got me in a position. I really thought he had it won. And the person I really got to thank is Rodney Wofford, though. I mean, we were talking, PMing each other, and he said he would stay on my bumper for the end, and he did. And it all worked out.
Yes, it did. It worked out to the form of, you're the champ. The champ is here. I'm going to tell you, that is a good feeling, and you take that into 2017 with you. And to the next season here, season 4, as we're going to get it kicked off next year. And my hats to you. Congratulations there on the championship. I'm going to let you get back to your crew. You got anything else you want to tell us and yell out to all the viewers out there?
Yeah, I also want to thank Brennan for putting these on. I mean, without him putting these on, I wouldn't even be the season 3 champ.
Nice. Well, my hat's off to you. Congratulations from us here at FMTV, Fusion Motorsports TV.com. Thank you again.
User was
All right, and you know, look, another interesting thing about 2017, we're talking about it. Guess what else happens in 2017?
What's that, man?
Iracing turns 10.
Wow. So 10 years, man, of iRacing. That is awesome. That's a milestone right there, nonetheless.
Yeah, 2007 was when the first beta started and was released to quite a few members. 2008 was actually the official, public release. But nonetheless, man, it really shows what dedicated developers and dedicated real-world people do for a game. When 10 years later you're looking at it and it's still the pinnacle of motorsport simulation, and the platform that we are luckily enough to be able to broadcast on. So to the iRacing devs, I know you're not watching, but thank you for putting on this simulator, and here's to another great 10 years.
Absolutely, I'm with you, and I'm going to tell you what, my hat's off to the league tonight, the champ, the winners, and all them, and the guy that put this on, Brendan, and for us up here in the booth, FMTV, FusionMotorsportsTV.com, and hey, it's been a heck of a night.
And from all of us at Fusion Motorsports TV, we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast. Catch us Monday for the last broadcast of 2016 on FMTV1. That'll be IndyCars at Pocono. See you then.
Have a good one.